YouTube, it's Brothels. We got something new and exciting. It's the Redcat Gen 9 officially licensed Scout 800. This is a beauty. It is a 1/10 scale. Yes, I put millions of decals on it, so don't hate on them for that. This thing comes with an absolutely gorgeous interior. It comes with everything that you would expect, even spare mirrors, and I needed one. We'll talk about that in the unbox. Big heavy duty roll cage and a good suspension that will take drops from a distance, and you'll notice the mirror didn't break off. Super excited, guys. This is a new release. We haven't done a new release car in a long time, and we're super excited. Thanks, Redcat, for working with us on this. This thing has 2 speeds. There's slow speed. Look how sharp the turns are. I want to show you underneath. The suspension is amazing. True oil-filled shocks, as you can see. Upgradable motors, upgradable all sorts of things. But there is a high-low servo. When the light's on, you're in high speed. When the lights are off, you're in low speed. So guys, without further ado, we got some amazing snow. Let's get into it right now because we know that's why you're here. You can crawl with this thing, amazing proportional controls. The thing weighs a ton, which is awesome. And then as you can see, obviously this thing has 4-wheel drive. I'm in low speed right now. The thing is ripping it. I'm gonna go to high speed here. This will be the first time we've seen the high speed outside. I can't tell because my light is not very dark. There we go. There's the high speed. Woohoo! Oh no! Everybody died. The hand of God is coming into this video way too early. And as you can see, it has been crappy and cold because it's icy here. But that does make it a little easier to walk down here. I immediately found our channel, which is hilarious. Okay, so there it is. Woohoo! I promised the camera crew I wasn't gonna break anything, and I already broke one of the mirrors off. Oh, guys, look at that. That is amazing. And by the way, full disclosure, that is a very steep hill. Oh yes, look at that thing. Are you hopefully getting some good zoomed in shots of this? Oh yeah!
I thought we were breaking this
I told you I wouldn't, but I lied, obviously. I only broke 1 mirror off so far, but as you can see,
one we've still got a spare of.
This thing just wants to go. Now, just to be clear, you don't have to crash it to drive it for fun, okay? But you can. Guys, that is incredible performance. Those are deep, deep ditches. Oh man. Let's see if I can get out. Oh, it's just that little berm of snow that's stopping me. I feel like I'm driving a snowmobile. This is so cool. And yes, I gotta say, guys, this V9, or Rev9 rather, is kind of there. Oh no. It's a brand new release from Redcat. We've never worked with Redcat before, but we're super excited to be doing it today. And it looks amazing. The seats aren't soft, which is one thing I noticed, and it's gonna be great today because I'm gonna get them all wet and gross if they were soft. Man, I am just like crashing like crazy though. I gotta say, I'm not used to having cars powerful enough to do that. So I'm gonna go into slow speed and let's see if we can crawl out of here. Use some technical skills that I don't have. Let's see if I can get it. Oh yeah. I'm out. You can never get out with any other car we have.
Especially on the snow. Even
our other 110s. Okay, I'm gonna go back to high speed now. Woo, buddy. Down the hill you go, baby. Woo! By the way, that is not a path that's designed to be going up and down. There you go. Oh man, I just love the way it spins out. That's so much fun. All right, guys, I told the camera crew before we started filming, we would not stagnate in this area. We'd go straight into a nature walk. But there's just some cool spots like right here I want to drive off. Are you good?
Yep.
Oh, yeah! It's so cool, guys. Hopefully the camera crew will go down and get you guys some closer shots. I'm going to be driving from up by the road here for a minute. This snow is like the double-edged sword because there's so many fun things that you could do with snow. but yet it sucks so bad to have to live amongst it. And if you're like me and you work outside, oh no! If you're like me and you work outside in the weather occasionally, not all the time, but from time to time, oh my goodness.
Oh, you almost made it.
I wanna see if I can get that.
Are you in high speed still?
I'm in high speed for sure. Oh, I'm digging a channel. I might be able to get it soon. So guys, I gotta say, oh, camera crew, would you help me over? This Redcat is just amazing. Really enjoy the speed, enjoy the resiliency. Don't enjoy the mirrors. I'm just gonna warn you right now, if you're thinking about driving this anything like I am, just leave the mirrors off. It doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah, for sure.
The mirrors are totally sweet, and you can take them off with 2 screws. It's not like you have to rebuild the whole car or anything. And yes, we had one of them busted in shipping, which we'll show in the unbox. But beyond that, the thing was just pristine, and we love the fact that it's got the power.
That is like almost, well, that's like more than straight up right there.
Well, it's not more than straight up.
With the snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is cool.
Hey,
oh, let's ramp off of this. Camera crew, you stay there. I'm gonna go around and go by the LP tank, and then I'm gonna come toward me and watch this. Check this out. Here we go. Dukes of Hazzard. Oh man, I didn't have enough speed to do anything cool with it. Oh, hand of God. All right, challenge accepted, camera crew.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
You see where I am? Show the people. You have to point the camera way up here.
You're
I'm like
there.
20 feet above her.
Yep.
Let's see if I can get up. I don't know if I am. I'm in my low speed. That's low speed. That's low speed. I hear some grindage. Come on now. You know you want it. You guys hear that grindage too? Mm-hmm. I want to go onto the dry pavement or the dry spot, and let's see if I can get it working. There it goes.
There you go.
Nope, not there. Oh, come on now. So if you guys aren't aware, it's even steeper here, but I see that there's some bunny tracks or animal tracks that try to go up this hill. So I'm gonna do another path, which is pretty cool, and normally we don't do it on this channel because we've never had a car robust enough to handle it. And by the way, Redcat's probably shaking their boots like, oh, don't drive it off the side of the cliff. Please don't drive that thing off the side of the cliff. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drive it off the side of the cliff. Are you ready? Just so you guys can see how this car performs. Yes, there was no drinking involved, I promise, even though it looks like I may have been. So on pavement, this thing looks fantastic. And yes, which cliff do you want me to drive off, camera crew? That one?
Oh,
how about here?
Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm gonna zoom out so they can see exactly where you are.
I mean, I'm like probably 45 feet away from the camera crew. I'm about 18, 20 feet up.
Yep.
Yes, that was awesome. Oh, gotta love it, guys. This is so much fun. I just love driving this car. Oh no, he's flipped again. And you guys are really seeing my lack of driving skills today. So I am going to attempt to go down the hill. This is how bad this hill is, guys. Watch this. I'm probably gonna fall and it's gonna be hilarious.
You're coming down the hill? Oh,
that's how steep that is. It is not like, it's 45 degrees, guys.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys can tell, but this thing is so much fun. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh,
now you can flip it over. Now you're here.
Now, I must say, one thing I've learned, I broke off both mirrors, by the way.
Okay.
One thing I've learned, and this is an important skill, is that when you build a car, and if you want to keep it from flipping, you can add some weight to the bottom. I'm 100% sure you could do that. But at the same time, we're kind of getting crazy on snow and ice. So let's go over here. Let's see what it looks like in our little pooling area here. Oh yeah. You suppose I can drive over the rocks and get down there?
I would not.
I want to see if I can get over there. We're going on nature walk. Nature walk. This is an area I can't get over with my actual mowing equipment because look at the rocks. Low gear. Oh, that is so cool. Just go up here. Oh yeah, good job not falling over. Okay, now I'm gonna come back toward us. You stay right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back toward her, see if we can get through this weeds. Okay, let's try again. Oh, come on now. I'm in low gear, guys. Those are thorny, well, we have a special name for them that starts with MH. Excuse me, M and another letter. But they actually have a name. What is that called?
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I think they're called rose or something.
Yeah, they're like some sort of wild rose.
But they used them for fencing for cattle. And so just to give you an idea, this is what it looks like after just a little bit of growth. Okay,
yeah.
So that stuff is strong and it will literally go for 40, 50 feet up and over a ravine, and then you will go to the other side and then it will propagate itself. Amazing. But it's also really hard to drive through. But it looks like this thing is trying its best. And yes, full disclosure, oh yeah, that is so cool. Man, look at that thing. It's like, why did I have to be this guy's owner? All right, let's go down here. I'm gonna go back to high speed. Yeah, I noticed that it doesn't always like to switch gears. Now it's in high gear. And guys, what you're hearing is a voltage alarm. Let's take a look while we're upside down. We got lots of this stuff in here. That stuff will kind of tangle up your gears and everything. So take a second and clear it out if you get flipped over once in a while. And just love the way that everything is working. Suspension's still supple. The tires are still really good. Feels like we got a foam filling in there. So a little bit better than just pneumatic on a car like this because it's so heavy. And let's go over to the bridges, the various bridges. So nature walk time. If you guys are new to Brian Phillips RC, what we do is we usually fly airplanes, quads, helicopters and things like that, but we have recently integrated a lot more of the ground vehicles like this. And in about last year or so, we've really integrated them. We did them once in a blue moon before, but we've been doing Surface Wednesdays for some time. Let's drive on this branch. Oh yeah! There is no other RC in our fleet that would break trees. Amazing. What are you doing on my bridge? Get out of here. See, now I'm doing real work. So if you run a tree trimming business, now you can write off your business expense. Okay, camera crew, what do you think? You want to go down onto the bridge and film?
I will come down here a little ways.
Okay, find the low point. You good? What a cool looking truck. The 1/10 wheelbase is just a little bit too wide to make it up on that shelf that we usually take. Now, do you think I could get down and back up?
Only if yourself can get down and back up.
Okay. So what you're saying is, yes, do it. Please do it. I'm braking. Just a little bit of braking. Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't end it all, Redcat. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, this is ice here, folks. And you can see there's lots of bunny tracks. That is awesome. So cool. And this would normally be water. Of course, it's not right now. And let's see if we can get up this.
Okay.
Up, nope, not really. A little bit too slick with the ice. Oh, that is phenomenal. I am loving the capability of this truck. Just absolutely fantastic, folks. Oh, that is so much fun. Okay, camera crew, let's go down to the kid bridge and see how things look, okay?
Okay.
Because we have multiple deliveries showing up, it looks like. As usual here on Brian Phillips RC, we always have new stuff showing up because we love bringing you the best in RC content, well, at least the best that Brian and Megan can do. But still, it's pretty awesome, we think, and we love these products. Oh, I managed to flip it over from the nose. That was a pretty cool jump, though. Oh, and by the way, super easy to reload the batteries. There's 2 swivel locks on the front, and then you tip the whole thing up. It takes about 10 seconds. But there's no way I'm stopping driving right now to show you. So you have to stay tuned to the Unbox Build radio setup if you want to see. And yes, I flipped it again. Goodness gracious. I am a pretty bad driver, though, I guess. Loving all the little ice ramps. This is so cool.
Yeah. Sorry,
cam crew. What in the heck is that thing?
I don't know, what is that?
That's our plant that's supposed to go next to our mailbox.
Oh, I've been looking for that.
It's hilarious when you find stuff in this property. Usually it's like a propeller or a battery or something.
Or like landing gear.
Yeah, we see a lot of those around here. It's kind of a problem.
I mean, look at all the bunny tracks or cat tracks.
That is so cool. Let's see if I can make it through here, because obviously the stump of death there needs to, oh, that's no good. I don't think these are stickers at all. Oh wait, yes they are.
At least the snow is really frozen, so you can kind of just walk on it.
Yeah, but I'm like literally gonna go through 4,000 stickers to get to this.
You are.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Now, one other thing too, guys, about pneumatic tires that are reinforced with sponge is that you'll have an easier time if you get a thorn, okay? Because if they're true pneumatic tires, you're gonna leak a lot more. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Our cat's gonna come visit us on our fallen tree.
Ooh, let's show the people. See the cat? Show the cat in its wild.
Come on, Callie.
Callie. Go away, cat. Don't come here.
Our cats love the tree.
Go away, don't come here. This is how you call a cat, in case you were wondering. If you don't have cats, you won't understand. Please leave. Go to the other side of our property immediately. That's how you call a cat.
Yes.
Seriously, that is the only way to call a cat. Okay, so this, of course, is the kid bridge over here. We call it because it's narrow, and we built it for the sake of the children, for fun, and not necessarily for any vehicles. Oh, what do we have here? What do we have here? A shallow grave for something. I didn't do that. Sure, something died. Okay, let's go down here with the cat. Cat, let's go. Did you see that? Was hilarious. Okay, so we're gonna go across the kid bridge. You can see the cat is giving and leading the way. She's going to make it look too easy, obviously, but still, in real life, this is a cool little bridge that we built so that we could drive bikes and different things across. I might high center on that stick, I wonder. Nope, didn't high center. That is amazing, guys. Yes, we've lived. That is so cool, guys. Camera crew, we gotta get a different angle of that if I make it out, okay?
Okay.
Yes, it's amazing. That is so cool. Okay, camera crew is gonna reset. She's just gonna take you on a little nature walk down where the bunny trail is. Or if you want, I can take the camera while you go up and down the bunny trail. You want me to hold your hand?
Be out of my
Here.
way. Am I
Go
going all
down
the way
that
down
bunny
this
trail.
bunny trail?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Here, I'll hold your hand, because that way when you fall, we can fall together.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Oh, goodness gracious. Now, just keep going until you get down to the kitchen. Show them the kitchen. They're curious. This is where we make our kids cook food while we're filming.
That's where our kids eat.
It's
frozen
kind of in bad repair.
Yep.
So if you want to help support us for a new kids kitchen,
kids need a
Patreon
kitchen.
down below. All right, here we go, guys.
Wait, where are you?
I'm up there. Are you ready?
Oh, yep, I see you.
Okay. And the bandit is off-road, escaping narrowly the police interception. He's taking the kids' bridge to avoid it. Here he goes. Yes! Hopefully you're getting a good shot of the wheels flexing over the wood. That is so sweet, guys. Gotta love the capabilities of this thing. That is so amazing and super fun. Let's come down and see the camera crew. Do you see the cat over there? What the heck? She is off-roading and she's totally trying to get on camera today.
She is.
Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna try. You see how steep that is right there? Let's show them the path I'm gonna take to go down to the kitchen because I'm hungry.
Okay, so you're gonna come down here where I am?
Yep, by where the cat is. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna go fast. Okay, here we go. It's just so I don't slip. Oh, that was so sweet. You know, guys, if you haven't ever experienced a fun and truly off-road car, this thing might be in your future. Now, I'm gonna be totally frank with you. It's expensive, it's big, it's heavy, it's obnoxious looking with all the decals if you do it like I did. But it is a super, super fun experience. And I can say this unequivocally, I love flying airplanes, but I love flying this thing too, and it's super fun, especially in this environment. Even if you don't have a cool open space like this to do, the cool part is with cars, there isn't any government regulators trying to change your mind about doing it, like there's something wrong with it. You're not gonna have people trying to make you sign up for safety courses and all this stuff. It's just a fun thing, you get it, you use it a few times a month if you're lucky, if you're an adult like me. You go out and have a blast, you bring it home, you put it on the shelf, you move on with life. It's not like an airplane where you get 400 of them, become obsessive, and then you have to build a bigger house, and then a bigger building, and then a bigger I don't know what's next after that.
I don't either.
But it's different with cars. It's just a different experience. I love the experience. It's super fun. Redcat did a nice job on this thing. I really enjoy it. I feel like our battery voltage might have gone a little bit longer, and we probably could. What's our length of video here?
We're almost 20 minutes.
20 minutes of drive time is good. And by the way, the only beeping times you heard, I think one of my wheels was locked up, and that's why I untangled the little reeds and grass from it. So definitely like this thing. Camera crew is going to give you a couple of close shots in nature with a cool backdrop and just show you guys how cool this thing is. We love working with all these different merchants, vendors, distributors, manufacturers, and the like. And we love that you guys have entrusted us with your new releases like this. And we appreciate you working with us. We're here to support the RC community, as you already know, or you wouldn't have worked with us. But we do tell the truth, and you guys already know that as an audience. And so we appreciate you being here with us week in and week out. This is a new year for us. I know that the releases don't always line up, but this one should line up pretty close to reality. And it's new for 2023. If you're new to the channel, you need to check it out. We have some cats occasionally featured. We apologize in advance for anything rude they do. But mostly she just jumped, you missed it. She just jumped to that, was so cool. So at the end of the day, we love doing this. We love bringing you the latest and greatest. We love flying stuff, crashing stuff, driving stuff, occasionally fixing stuff, and helping share the joy of this hobby, which is something that can bridge all these different gaps between us. And so we are here to help expand the hobby. We want more reach. We want more authority in numbers. We want to drive down the prices of these expensive things. This is expensive, by the way. But we want to help you guys to afford what's best and not just the cheapest. The cheapest is not usually the best, and we will demonstrate it for you here on Brian Phillips RC, but everybody has a budget. We understand that too. So we really appreciate you being part of this. We love that you're here, and we want you guys to be here more. So click the bell, get the notifications, obviously subscribe, smash the like button. Even if you don't like the product we're reviewing, if you enjoyed our review of it, or maybe you agree that it was bad or good or whatever we said, that's cool too. But just don't vote on the products with those like and dislikes, because that is not what you're voting on. You're voting on us. YouTube doesn't care what we're reviewing or looking at on a given day. They just care about our content. So if you guys give us a thumbs down because you don't like this particular car, you think it's too expensive, you don't like Redcat, whatever, that would hurt us. So we appreciate if you wouldn't do that. If you want to hurt us, just give us a thumbs up anyway. You'll like it. So at the end of the day, we love doing this. We hope you guys will be back. But in the meantime, if you're interested in buying this, yes, this is a ready to run, less the drive battery. So I don't know if it's technically a ready to run. This comes bound up, very easy to turn on. Turn your car on first, and then this won't beep incessantly. If you turn the car on second, this beeps, and it's really annoying. Also, we did notice a couple of gripes on this Model A. My mirror was broke off in shipping, only one. They provided 2 spares. I'm gonna be down to 0 because I'm not gonna put them back on, just full disclosure, because this thing is fun. You don't need the mirrors. I actually think the body looks better without the mirrors.
The mirrors were really nice though.
They were nice, cool. And they had good protective film over them, so you could see like a real reflection. That's always cool. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is an off-road vehicle. There'd be people that would not run mirrors on a real one. It just depends on how crazy you're getting with your car. So love it, love that it's an international. We love the color. It's so beautiful. I covered it up with so many decals, and it is just gorgeous. A clear coat on the top, it's painted from the bottom, and then back painted with silver, so it's just absolutely fantastic. 3-piece underside, very strong, very supportive, but not so strong it's gonna break every time you flip it, as noted by me crashing like 20 times on this video, guys. And yes, it is easy to open the lid. We'll show that in the Unbox Build radio setup, and you'll get to see it without all the decals. I just kind of thought, you know what, whatever, I'm going crazy on the decals, and you guys will enjoy it, I'm sure.
And it does also come in like a graphite gray silver color too. There's 2 available.
Yeah, that's right.
The blue.
Yeah, so you don't have to get this, and they may have different decal choices, but on the back we put an Iowa sticker because we're in Iowa here, and we're Iowa native. But the thing is, it comes with every state, which is super cool, and they give you 2 of everything, which is pretty nice on the small little like alien stickers and things like that, which I thought some of them were branded, which is pretty cool. Oh, sorry. I was totally gonna try to shoot snow at the camera for fun.
Thanks.
It didn't work. But anyway, guys, this thing's awesome. If you want to help support us, the best thing you can do, and this has always been the best thing you can do, buy the stuff that we review when you like it, not if you don't like it. If you don't like it, don't get it. Get something you do like. We review tons of stuff. But this thing is cool. I want to definitely remove any doubts about this. The doubts that I had were that the mirrors would survive. I was correct. And the other doubt I had was that the drive time was going to be low. Not true. This is a 20-minute drive, guys. It's cold. Batteries don't do as good when it's really cold. So when it's like really hot, it's the same as true. So it's that, you know, that normal operating range. But in this case, it was cold. So really impressed with the way it did. I can't believe how good it got up and down those hills.
I know.
It's probably one of the best we have. I know that there's faster cars. I know that there's smaller, bigger, more robust, better four-wheel drive, brushless by stock as opposed to brushless. Has a brush motor, but you can upgrade all that stuff. And by the way, if you want to do that, all you have to do is just follow our link. You can see what upgrades are available. Also, you can upgrade your version 8 or Rev 8, right? Rev 8.
Gen 8.
Gen 8, thank you.
Yep.
You can upgrade your Gen 8 transmission to the 2-speed transmission.
Yep.
Although I must say, gripe number 3, and it's minimal, and it might have been because I was crashing a million times, was that it didn't always switch into gear right. So we'll have to look into that a little bit. It might be something, if you get one, be a little bit more tentative with it and figure out what's going on. But like for me, I'm in fast right now. You can see we're just about out of juice because it's starting to give us, we put on a voltage alarm, which we mentioned in our unbox build radio setup, which will be next, by the way. But if I go to low speed, it doesn't always seem to switch.
But it seems to be when you're in the snow, it's
got to be something about traction because like I'm still in high speed and I'm pressing the button and that's still, see, there it goes. Then I'm going to press it again. That's still high speed. There's low speed. And when I say low speed, I mean higher torque. It's actually a different gear ratio, folks. So you can actually do things with it. It's not like some of these models where it's almost just an imperceptible change. You might get an extra 5% speed, but this about doubles the speed. But that also means that you double the torque in the opposite direction. So when you're going slower and you need to get out of a tight spot, then you can do that. However, I gotta be honest, that is the first car we've had that'll make it out of this hole.
It is.
I gotta be honest, one complaint I've had on this and other cars is that when you go from high to low speed, I want more of that torque translated to the ground. How do you do that? More weight. So even though this thing is heavy, and it is genuinely heavy, like it's heavy for me to pick up, and when I drop it on our counter in the unbox, I can feel it in the ground. I mean, I can feel it shake our house. It's pretty cool. So I love that it's heavy, but it can even be heavier, guys. I mean, I don't care if you put sandbags in there, soak them in water, freeze them in the freezer, I don't care. I mean, there's a million ways you can make things heavy. You can put lead on there. You get lead weights that have sticky on them. You could do a million things. You could drill holes, put a steel plate on the bottom, but that thing, if it had another 15, 20% more weight, it would be so much better in the crawling mode, but it would be worse off in the high speed mode other than the fact that it might tip over a little bit harder. The other thing I'd like to see on some of these that'd be super cool is if they gave us a means to put water in the tires like we do in our big vehicles, in real vehicles. That'd be so much fun, although it'd be a little bit stiff and you would lose some of that suppleness of the tires. So I'm not sure how you get around that, but that is a real way to keep these things from flipping. So really excited about it. You could also make some wheel weights and put them on there. That'd be cool and fun. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, definitely buy these things from the links and stay tuned. We're gonna show you our unbox experience, but hey, let's drive over by the edge so they can see one more amazing shot. Here on Brian Phillips RC, we love sharing these experiences with you, and we love that you keep coming back. World's best audience on YouTube. Oh, you know, I'm so tempted. I know you're not gonna let me do it though. You think I can make it?
If you don't hit me when you come down.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't wanna crash it and destroy it, but the thing is, I think I can do that angle.
You're gonna hit the tree though.
You think I can? If it breaks in a million pieces, I'll feel bad because Redcat sent us an expensive truck that we destroyed immediately. But you know what? You live and you learn, guys. We're gonna put it all on the line for you. Except I'm not. I'm totally gonna back. Oh, buddy. Yeah, there. Going down. Oh! Ah! Everybody died! But it's still alive! Well, I said we weren't gonna show it. Camera crew, I gotta jump down with you. Okay. I said I wasn't gonna show it, but here goes nothing. I'm gonna show it. So here is the latch mechanism. You'll note that it did not break. It was latched. These go like that. Oh, and yes, there are spots for lights. Yeah. Ooh, I did crack my body right there. Bummer. But I only cracked the plastic. I didn't crack the frame. So look what happens. When you screw off and drive down mountainsides, you may break your stuff. Okay. And then right here, fold it. I like folding it in. It seems to get a better bite on the body, but you can actually fold in or out. Okay, so now it's back on, and let's just show the people at home how well it works. There you go. See if we can drive out. That is incredible, really. If you get right down to it, I haven't gone this path, we're gonna go this path. That is pretty impressive, folks.
Yeah, Can't believe you got out of there.
I know, and that's ice, guys. I can barely walk out of there.
Yeah.
Can't even see where I am now. Who decided to film here?
I don't know.
It was me.
You.
So guys, at the end of the day, we love doing this. We hope you're back for more. Stay tuned, Unbox up next. Okay, so the camera crew has informed me this has to be a quick clip. So I just went into low voltage warning. Low voltage means you slow down, okay? So if it slows down after you get your voltage alarm going off, you'll understand what happened. That's normal. It's something that we can do on higher quality ESCs, so you shouldn't be worried about it.
Should probably also mean that you should stop driving, right?
Generally.
Okay.
But that would be what a normal person does.
Just so the normal people know what to do?
Yeah,
How
the
to handle that?
normal people. Okay. So anyway, guys, Unbox up next. Thanks for watching. YouTube, Brian Phillips. We have something new and exciting today for you right here in this huge box that weighs a lot. So it's probably not gonna fly, but maybe this will a little bit. And you're like, wait, hold on, there's 2 boxes involved? Yes, there's 2 boxes because we needed this thing. So I'm gonna give you guys a hint on what's in the big box. Has nothing to do with the thumbnail at all. Okay, so we have a charger, 2 through 3S LiPo charger. So this goes 900 milliamps on 3 of the cells. And then we have inside this box, we have a battery, which is HexFly 3200 milliamp, 7.4 volts. That's a 20C pack. And what that's gonna do for us is this is going to give us a hard pack finish, and then a balance lead, and then this, that's a Hextronics 4.5 millimeter, I think. So that's definitely not what I was expecting in there. I thought that was gonna have a different end on it, but we're gonna find out what that means shortly. And so I'm just checking in here. Really good packaging from this brand manufacturer. We're gonna put that over there, and we're gonna put this also over there, and then we're gonna come right back to this. But let's see what the charger looks like, because obviously we'll link to the stuff that we open in this video, but as you know, we tend to do a lot of smart batteries. Just to be full disclosure with you here, whenever we review a ready to fly or ready to run truck or car, we want to show you what you might be able to get from this one place, because obviously it makes sense sometimes to just order everything from one stop, then you don't have to pay shipping at 2 different locations. Or if they have minimum order size, then you can avoid paying shipping that way too, which is kind of nice. So we always try to bring you guys choices. Not that this is necessarily our go-to for everything. It obviously won't be, but this is a nice charger, just a basic charger. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug this in and get this battery charging, because I want it charged when we're ready. Okay, so the way you use this charger is just like other chargers we've had in the past. This just balance charges only. There's no big discharge lead on here. And so we're just gonna plug it into this outlet on the end of our island. You'll notice that there's no lights really coming on. Okay, now it's flashing between red and green. And since this is a 2S, we're gonna plug it into this one. If it was a 3S, we'd plug it into that one. You can tell because this has 3 wires, it's 2S. And that means 2 cells in series, okay? So that's charging. In fact, before we get too far, let's use our XBC battery checker here and see what we've got for voltage at the beginning. And we just make sure everything is working. So obviously this is a super good tool to have in the tool bag. Okay, we're 36%, so 3.809, 3.810. So we're at perfect balance for storage charge on a lithium polymer pack. And so we're just gonna plug that in and let it do its magic. So as that charges, I have to assume those lights are gonna turn green when they're done charging, so we can go ahead and leave this out of the way. Now, for the fun part, guys. Super excited to be bringing you this. This is a new release for this company. And obviously you've already figured out from looking at the thumbnail, you know exactly what you're looking at. Boy, that looks nice. This is a Gen 9 Redcat International Scout A800A. And this is an officially licensed product, which is super cool. Something that Redcat has not done a lot of in the past, or maybe ever. And so we're gonna show it to you first here on Brian Phillips RC. So super excited, have to double check that there's not a packing list in there, and there isn't. And that looks sweet. And by the way, I just want you to feel the heft, camera crew.
I know, I brought the box in.
That thing is
it's
heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is awesome. Obviously we're talking about a 1/10 scale. This is a brushed electric 4-wheel drive trail truck. And basically it has a gigantic steering servo. It's got super robust suspension, beautiful tires. And yes, this does not come with a battery and charger. So I want you guys to be aware of that. I'm not trying to mislead. So when you saw me open that thing, I want you to be aware that that thing is a separate order, but we will link to what we've got available. So without further ado, also this has a two-speed transmission. So there is an auxiliary 3, I think channel 3, and you'll see it when we get the transmitter out. So this is kind of like a ready to run because you get the pistol grip transmitter, but you don't get the battery. Okay, and this is an LED ready kit, which means that you do have to add your LEDs, and you'll understand, because this is not a cheap car, but it's also a very robust car. It's very big. This is a lot nicer than what we're used to reviewing for our Surface Wednesdays here on Brian Phillips RC. Obviously, our mainstay, as you know, if anybody's watched our channel for more than 5 minutes, is fixed wing aircraft, helicopters, quads, and recently we've really started to add in the surface vehicles. So thanks, a special thanks to Redcat for sending us this brand new item, which is super cool. We almost never get brand new cars because people think of us as an airplane channel. And that's totally fine because we do a lot of airplanes here on Brian Phillips RC. We want to help get you guys into the hobby. Okay, so good packaging. Looks like some heavy duty. Oh, this is gonna ruin my children because you can rip this? Look at that, there's like an arrow on it.
They can't like pop them all?
No, you can pop them all.
You can pop them all.
But I think you can also peel it so that it just, so anyway, the company I work for on my day job sells machines that make stuff like this. So anyway, ironically enough. All right, so we're just gonna keep unpacking. Okay, as you can see, well-packed transmitter. This of course is a Redcat branded transmitter. Looks nice, sweet looking little brake caliper in there. That's cool. Good texture on there. Feels nice. It's definitely a ready to run. There's nothing especially amazing here, lanyard point. And then it's got this little protective cover, which normally would break off, but I'm not gonna break off on this one because it looks nice. There's your channel 3 actuator and your channel 4. Momentary push buttons. Of course, this is spring return, trigger back, trigger forward. Looks pretty standard for a car. However, I'm not sure how to actually open this. It looks like you gotta get a fingernail in it, ooh. Okay, so then you have steering trim. You have steering, is that reverse? Channel 5. Looks like you can just position it so you could have like your lights on channel 5 maybe. And then throttle trim and throttle reverse, and then of course switches to change the point of operation or the direction of operation on all of your channels. So as per our normal unbox video setup, we are going to show you what it looks like in here. Now it does look like you can actually plug in a JST style plug, which is pretty sweet, as opposed to actually using the provided plugs. And you can see here it says plus and minus, so make sure you get your polarity right. And so if you wanted to use, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 double A's, so that would be of course 6 bolts. So whatever the equipment, or the equivalent LiPo or NiCad battery, you could do that. So generally, if you're gonna try to replicate that, you would do like 2S, which is gonna be the closest match, because you'd be 4.2 times 2 at full charge would be 8. So you might be just a touch high. But an iCAD, you can get down to that level. Okay, first thing I'm noticing as I look in the box, I'm noticing some mirrors are loose. Do you see that mirror in the bottom corner? That's a bad sign. Not sure if that broke off in transit. It did break, guys. Look, we have lost a mirror, and that is a reflective mirror. So bummer on that. We'll definitely be bringing that up with Redcat and just letting them know that we had that issue, and it looks like it broke straight off. So we'll show you. This was supposed to be protecting and guarding that, but I can see the box got struck many times by that here, and evidently many, many times over here. So we're gonna have to talk to them and have them add some foam or a little bit more robust support here, because evidently, even though they have the support here, it's allowed to wiggle. Okay, so definitely a problem there, and we will mention that to our contacts at the company. Okay, camera crew, pull down. Thank you. Absolutely gorgeous body. That thing is heavy. Heavy cars tend to drive better, which is so cool. And of course, this is international, And I'm just loving the way it looks.
The finish is really pretty.
It's super nice. I love the metallic paint. Looks like this handle is popping out though, which I'm not sure if you're supposed to be able to pull on the handle. Nope, it's just pulling out. So we'll mention that to them. Injection molded parts. The steering wheel can be pulled off and changed out if you want. You've got the window cranks, really cool. These are hard seats. Now hard seats, compared to some of the competitive offerings right now, might seem like a little bit of a downgrade, but what we found is that when you get the soft seats that have the faux leather, what happens is, as cool as they look, they tend to be hard to clean, we've learned. So I'm not poo-pooing soft seats, but I am gonna mention that hard seats that are not soft are gonna be a lot easier to clean. Of course, we got the roll cage. It's made of some sort of a plastic, okay? So I'm just cutting the zip ties that are holding the wheels down. So let's show you guys the brake damage right here. Okay, so we'll make sure to talk to those guys. I'm sure they'll be able to replace that. It looks like it's bolted on, 2 bolts. Yeah, so that should be a replaceable item, no big deal. So I wouldn't write too much into it. I'm sure this company will take care of you. If you have an issue like that, they'll just ship you out a replacement. And we have pretty much worked with enough companies now that the good ones will take care of you if something like that comes up. So, all right, so lifting this up and out of the holster that's made of cardboard. This thing is heavy. Wow. Did you see how nice that felt? Watch this. Oh, that is really cool, guys. Watch again. That is amazing. That's probably cool. The best shock that we have seen. We've seen a lot of spring-loaded stuff in our endeavors for cars, but you guys got to remember, before I ever flew my first radio-controlled airplane, I did cars, okay? And just because you didn't know I did cars doesn't mean I didn't do cars. I did cars. I had an RC-10 that cost like $800 in the early 2000s. That was a lot of money back then. And this thing was fast. It'd go like 30, 40 miles an hour, which was unheard of fast back then. Now you can get that on just about anything. But look at the suspension, look at the wheels. Those are sweet looking wheels. And I love this ring, that's so cool. Oh God, I love it. So beautiful. Love the shocks there. Look at the metal. It's all like polished metal. That's beautiful.
Yeah, really pretty.
Love the hook points here. So cool. Let's flip this upside down. Okay, so we have love the way that moves. It's got lots of dampening on it. Of course, everything is just perfect. We've got these offset gear sets here, so you get that extra ground clearance because of this little gearbox there. And then of course you have, I'm trying to see where okay, so here's the gearbox. And I can see a servo wire going over, and then I see a linkage coming back. That must be the linkage that goes to the servo for high and low gear, which I believe it goes, what, like 6 to 7 miles an hour in low gear, and it goes up to like 16?
15, I think.
15, 16?
Yep.
So don't mark my words on that. This is a digital servo. It's Hexfly HXTS. Very heavy duty. I believe they were saying it's a 42 kilogram servo, which is nuts, guys. 42, I don't even know if I must have misheard, because 42 kilograms is like 90 pounds or so. I mean, like 95 pounds, that's insane. Okay, so I can't get enough of that. That's crazy. Guys, you can't tell, but I can feel it in the floor when I do that. God, I love it.
The way it sounds is just...
It just sounds right. It sounds like a real car. Sorry, I can't get enough of it. Okay, so getting back to the point, we have a windscreen here. Looks like it's a separate piece. Wipers, you could loosen and move the position. Looks like they come from the inside out. Very cool. This does not open. Some of you might think that's kind of lame because I want the hood to open. Not really when you're doing heavy crawling on a heavy vehicle, because guess what's the first thing to break? The hinges on that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think it'd be cool. Also, I can see here we've got a decal for the key entry. And then of course we've got this Scout and then all-wheel drive side marker lights. Now those are not lights, obviously, they're just decals. Look at the way it sits, that's so cool. Look at this. I gotta love that it doesn't just center right away. It's just got so much movement to it. So, and by the way, you can put LEDs in here, and I'm just gonna show you one big pet peeve of mine on cars. Now granted, we have done a lot of cars that do this. Or excuse me, we've not done a lot of cars that do this, but we've got a lot of cars that have this pet peeve, and that is it's very hard. You have to take off 4 clips, sometimes more, to access the battery, and it is like tedious when you've got a lot of cars and you want to drive a lot. So what you do is you lift this up, and there's a clip here and a clip there, and you're done. Did you give him a really good shot of that?
Me.
Right there.
Turn the light on.
Perfect.
There we go.
So it comes like this, and you can swipe it up, and you're ready to rock and roll.
Wow.
Yep, and then there's some sort of a rock guard that can be mounted through there, it looks like. And then this just tips up. Look how easy that is, guys. Now, I don't want to break this. I'm trying to be careful how I do it. I think it goes vertical, and then it just slips out. But I'm feeling a little bit of resistance, so I want to make sure I don't damage it. Show them up here what I'm looking at. I'm putting my fingers back here, and I feel like I'm running into this plastic just a little bit as I do that. Okay, yeah, so what I was concerned about, guys, let's look at this real quick. If you get yours out, just be careful. That was catching just a little bit. Absolutely, I love it. I can't get enough of that. This looks absolutely beautiful. I love everything is so heavy duty, and it kind of makes me, without the body on it, it's amazing. Okay, so you can take these on and off. That's pretty sweet. Love that it's got the ball links top and bottom, adjustable for the spring tension. That's good here and here. It would be a pain in the neck to do that because of where it is right now, but you could get it done. Obviously got some dampeners here where the chassis meets the actual top, so loving that. And just mostly love the way everything looks. It looks super realistic, but it is made of polymer and lots of steel, it feels like. And definitely oil-filled shocks, which is something we haven't had in our current heyday, which is amazing. Now let's look at the bottom of this, okay? So under the body, you'll notice it's silver under metallic blue. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. There's not an angle that you can't see. And then you've got these lights here. You can put in lights here, 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 as well as here, 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 and here. Now, for this price point, some of you might be thinking, what the heck? It doesn't even come with lights. Yes, I mean, I can't argue with that, except this is a big truck. So big trucks, 1/10 scale. They want to maybe hold down the cost for people that don't want that feature, I guess. To me, it also makes it a lot harder to put the lid on and off. So if you're taking that on and off, you may not want the lights, because if you're just doing all daytime running, you may not want those lights. I personally love lights. I think they're cool. I think they're always worth the compromise. Okay, now another thing I noticed is this definitely comes with a Dean's connector, and it's also a small wire, but there again, we're talking about a car, not an airplane. Okay, so this says, what does it say? This ESC is designed to operate with 7.2 NIMA, so nickel metal hydride, if I'm saying that right, and 7.4 LiPo batteries. Operation beyond the ESC's recommended specifications. With the interconnected battery type or higher voltage can damage this, cause fires, and void the warranty. So just be aware of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that away right now, okay? So use a 2S pack or use a 7.2 NIME. Okay, I don't even know if people call them those NIMEs. So as you can see here, we've got this lead here. We got a couple of jumpers here, and then we have an on-off switch, so you can probably get to that with the body on. Maybe, I'm not sure. But it's so easy to lift it. I love these heavy-duty Redcat straps. What we do here on Brian Phillips RC is obviously go in depth on our reviews, so you may be noticing us really drooling over this vehicle. I gotta say, this is probably one of the nicest ones we've had. We've had some pretty nice 1/10 scales recently from FMS, but this thing is definitely on another level because it's just very, very robust. And I mean, just feel how stiff that is. It feels like a bottle itself.
It does. And so, it looks like it too.
And if you guys love the Scout from yesteryear, if that's your thing, I got an uncle who probably would drool over this. And I bet he would love it. But I gotta say, if this is your thing, you gotta check this out. If you wanna help support our channel, by the way, buy it from the links in the video description below. That also helps us to build clout with companies like Redcat that wanna market their products through companies like us, which are super small, ma and pop, literally, shops, where we just review everything and love it. So that's one thing you can do. Also, don't forget to smash the like button. If you haven't already done it, do it right now, guys, because we are most of the way through this video because cars are not that hard to build. But if you like seeing airplanes and things like that, we do that here on Brian Phillips RC, as you know. So definitely stay tuned. I'm gonna cut this open right now. Wait a second. Nope, it's not cut on either end. So we're gonna cut this open. Looks like they have all the states. That's super cool. Maybe we could have our kids do a geography lesson instead of using them on the truck.
There you go.
I need to get some scissors.
Actual scissors?
Yeah, because this knife is gonna end up being the end of this thing.
Oh, yeah, let's
So
not
these
do that.
decals, just so you guys know, are very high quality. I can already tell because they're very heavy and thick backing. And I can tell when you get crappy decals, they're always really, really
Flimsy.
sloppy.
Yeah.
Yep. But that being said, I don't like applying decals myself, except when you've got an expensive model that you may not want decals on. And I'm of the mindset that I kind of like the decals. It seems like it adds a lot to most of these vehicles, but this thing is gonna go to the next level on that because look at how many stinking choices there are. Look at this. This is amazing. Oh, spare parts.
I was gonna say, what are those?
Oh, they literally planned on the mirror breaking, guys.
Oh.
Look at this. I have a mirror right here. That is amazing. It's like they have a placeholder on there. They also have doorknobs. That is super cool. Looks like this might be a gas cap or something. I can't quite tell what that is. But either way, there's stuff in there. Looks like replacements on the roll cage, maybe? Or is that an additive? Can you put that in addition to what we've got here? I can't tell.
I might have to read the instructions.
No, we don't like reading instructions around here. Okay, so this is the CO electrical wiring. So that's kind of nice. Shows you how it's set up. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that over here. We actually do keep that stuff because if you wanna go back and refer to the manual. Keep in mind also, this has a new Gen 9 setup. Obviously, I don't know what the heck that means, but it's new. And the thing is, if you have a Gen 8, they're gonna be offering a package you can update so that you can have this same gearbox setup, I believe, on your Gen 8, but you will have to obviously buy that, and it's definitely not included. So, we've got some floor mats. That is so cool. And then obviously we have lots of Redcat labels. I love this. I kind of feel like we should do that. But I'm just not sure what I want to do. I wonder if they show how to apply these. Let's check this out. Let's sit down and look at this.
A lot of decals.
Okay, so what do we have here? We've got, my other car is a lowrider, Area 51, officially licensed. Okay, obviously we got the mud. These are like the flaps that would go inside. We have some speakers, which is pretty sweet. Okay, and then we've got, of course, the zombie outbreak response team. That's pretty cool. That's a branded thing, I think, too. So really excited about all these decals. I'm not sure what I want to do. I kind of feel like I'm cheating by putting these decals on, but I really like the race stripes. I don't know if we can do that. If you could just read that for me there, camera crew.
Yep, warning, advertisements, no, attention.
Attention. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep, so we can see there.
Ooh, that is cool.
Yeah, looks pretty. Yeah, looks pretty. But the thing is, I'm afraid of ruining that beautiful paint job. Ooh, such a tough call.
We always debate on decals.
And then we always love them.
Always love them.
Okay, so just looking at this, it's just showing you how to open it up. It's showing you how to turn it on. It's very simple, but it looks like the battery we got is most definitely, oh, look at this, guys. So there is a jumper that's installed. There's a jumper that's installed on there. And so do we need to change that? Let's go ahead and pull this car over. Can we drive it? Nope, we can't. We just have to drag it. Listen to that traction, guys. Okay, so looking at the ESC, jumper clip position is here, right? Is that what they're talking about? Oh, look, it says right on the end, right there. So it says lipo and NIME right there. So it'd go that way. Okay, we're in the right setting. That's all I really care about. I just wanted to make sure I wouldn't be causing a problem. And then it looks like, in terms of setup, this is gonna be really easy. Looks like forward and reverse. We've got trimming for the turning. Very good instruction if you're not familiar with the way these things work. You know, obviously you've seen our videos, so you're gonna know, and then it goes straight into other languages, it looks like. So yeah, so pretty simple stuff. What is this? Radio adjustment, the 3rd and 4th channel dual rates travel limit. Okay. Oh, that's another thing too that we wanted to mention is that they redesigned the suspension on the front end, I believe. Took out some sway bar mechanism so that they can get more steering travel, and look at the travel on that. That is amazing. I love that you can get in there and see all these U-joints and everything. By the way, cool. That's all metal. That is so cool. The actual moving parts are metal. There's bearings with, looks like we've got accessible screws. We've got metal pinions there. Now this case is plastic, but they've got for sure metal inside. Ball joints, I love the offset there. That's super cool so that it misses the gearbox. That is metal. I believe that's metal. That's not just painted, I don't think. I think that's metal. I shouldn't say because I don't know for a fact. It might be plastic that's painted. Metal frame. This is all metal. So that's steel. Very heavy duty. Okay, so super excited to see this. So obviously we're gonna flip it over and do this again because I literally can't get enough of it. That is just so cool. And obviously we need to fix our mirror because our mirror broke in transit. And so, you know, or we could just, man, I don't want it to be shown that way though. Because you know, we're probably gonna break them.
I was gonna say.
Hey, are we putting these things on or not?
I don't know.
What do you think? I think it's gonna look sweet with those on there, but I'm like afraid we're not gonna like it as much that way. I
know, I'm nervous, but we usually like decals.
Yeah, and then where do you put them, I suppose? You'd be able to do whatever you want, but.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know, because I feel like you could take that off. Look at the thickness of the clear coat. That's painted on the bottom, hon. That's clear coat on the outside. Do you see that? You see that little chunk of something?
Yep.
You can see the shadow under it. That is so cool. Okay, so obviously the clear coat is up. I'm doing it. We're doing it.
Okay.
Okay, so which way did this go? Did it go forward or did it go backward? Shoot, now I don't know.
It was right at the very beginning of the instructions.
It was?
One of the first pictures you could see.
Yep, okay. All right, sweet. I'm just gonna at least cheat and look at this. I know you guys are probably thinking to yourself, you don't even know what way that goes and you're reviewing this car. Exactly. That's totally true. Okay, so don't do that. Don't do that. That would not be a good thing to do. Very thick decals. If you're having trouble applying these, some people will use soapy water and they will actually spray soapy water onto the surface because that is really stinking sticky. Oh my goodness. And I've already managed to rip it down there a little bit, so that's definitely not a good thing. Wow. Okay, soapy water time. Okay, time to teach you guys something new. You probably already knew it. If you didn't know this trick, then you're gonna learn it right now. And the trick is super, super easy. Just a little, it doesn't even really need to be hardly any water. I'm just gonna like literally get a little bit of water.
On your hand?
Like this, and I'm just gonna whoop, right like that. It doesn't take hardly any. If you have a spray bottle, it's a lot easier. It's gonna work better. But I'm not wasting my time getting a spray bottle right now.
I could get you one of those.
Nah, that's too hard. So, and I'm talking, I just touched the tip of the dishwasher detergent. And then that's just gonna buy us a little teeny bit of slick so we can get this thing lined up here. You see how much it's sticking? It's just like really, really wants to go.
Do you want me to hold the body down?
No, actually.
Okay.
Okay, all right, there we go. Awesome, got it. It was just that it's just kind of an awkward shape, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna let that go down there. And then obviously what I wanna do is I wanna push the water out, okay? So some of you guys didn't know this, but I used to detail cars when I was a kid. And when I say a kid, I mean a young adult. And I used to work for a Pontiac dealer, and I did not get that on straight. I would be super embarrassed if I did that on a real car. You see that? Mm-hmm. The gap here.
Can you take it off?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just gotta do it before all that stuff dries. So another trick too, if you're trying to peel a decal up, cut your backing, get yourself a tight edge like this, and then you can peel under and use that to lift the edge. And that way you won't get a nasty curl. Okay. And I'm just beginning to think that like maybe I'm just not skilled enough to do this. Because I want this thing to look pristine. What a sweet looking car. I mean, that already looks awesome.
I don't know, it looks pretty cool.
Okay, so what's the next one? What are we doing on the rest? I'm gonna cut this open, get my mirror out, and camera crew and I are going to fix, which mirror do we need? There's two of them.
Driver's side.
Yep, so it's this one.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, that is a really high quality thing. It looks like there is a protective film.
It does.
Oh,
Yes,
that is a real mirror, guys.
Look. Oh, you can't see me.
That is so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one more tool, probably a 2mm, might be a 1.5mm. Not 100% sure.
It's nice that it's easily accessible.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I think it's 1.5, guys. 1.5, and then where does that back to? It just like goes in? There must be something on the inside.
There
There is
must
a
be.
subframe on this, by
Yep,
the way, if
because-
that wasn't already obvious.
Looking at the other side, you can't see anything.
This part's a little wiggly, but that's okay because you want something to be able to move. The top part you don't want to be wiggly because then it won't ever brace itself on the vehicle. It won't look like it's part of it. I love the way that looks. I just wish I wouldn't have screwed up my decal there. I ripped it. So guys, don't be like me. Don't be in a rush. Do it right. That's the way we do everything on this channel, is in a rush because we're super excited like children. Well, at least I am. Super excited like a child. Okay, here we go, guys. It's all right because this stuff is too cool to not be excited about. And that's part of the reason why we do it, is we just love sharing the joy of RC, and we know that you guys do too, or you wouldn't be sitting here watching this long video. I mean, these are hours long, some of them, and we don't even think most of you watch them, and that's okay. If there's just bits and pieces you need, that's why we do it. And if you just need to figure out how to fix your rear view mirror or whatever, that's fine. Or if there's a radio setup question on an airplane, which is really popular, part of what people watch our unbox build radio setups for, is because they need help getting set up doing computerized transmitters. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely the right one. Okay, yeah, that's way in there. It's kind of hard to see if it's going to line up or not. And the camera crew is currently in my light. She's going to move to my right or to the left. There you go. The chandelier from our dining room is providing most of the light that I'm using right now. Oh, that looks a lot better, actually. Cool. Okay, so we got that torqued down. Super easy, nothing hard to do. And obviously bummed that that was broken, but it's cool that they thought and had the presence of mind to go ahead and include that. All right, so now let's talk about the side skirts. I think we could do SR2, that's right. And then this, ooh, that's Gen 9. That would be kind of handy. Where does that go, you suppose?
I am not sure.
Oh, you know what? I bet it goes on the actual, I bet it goes on the chassis here instead of actually on this. Because if you look at the side of that, there's this spot here. Let's see if it fits. And it does say left and right on this white part, but it doesn't on these. So Gen 9. So that would be, wait, Gen 9.
I think you went that. Yep.
See how that's pointed like this? I feel like this has got the cut like that. So I'm not sure which way that goes. Gen 9.
The bottom one would be right side up.
Oh, and then they have a fuel. They have a fuel cap. That's so cool. I'm really torn on what I want to do with this though. You know what we might do? We might uncharacteristically pause for a minute and see if we can find some images, and we'll come right back. All right, folks. So yeah, I put decals on, lots of them, all over. It probably is a little bit overdone. There's even some inside. I did not opt to do the door panels. I felt like it made it too dark inside, and you would have had to take these two off in order to lay those down. And Megan's gonna give you a shot real quick of the decals we didn't use. So now, full disclosure, I screwed up this white one, the only one I did on camera. Of course, I screwed it up. And so I got a little rip right here, and it drives me crazy. So after we went off camera, I used an X-Acto knife to help me apply some of these decals. Particularly the mud flaps up front were challenging because I had to wrap them underneath the pedals. And so I did ultimately get a bottle of soapy water, applied the soapy water, slid them in. It was super easy once I did it right and wasn't being lazy. And then I had some forceps holding onto a Q-tip to just help me get in there. And as you guys can see, I did, you know, like decals up here. It says Gen 9, Redcat. I put the speakers. I'm assuming that's where the speakers would be in real life, but who knows? I'm not sure. And then, of course, we put an Iowa sticker on there because we're from Iowa. And we did all these things here. So obviously, some of you guys are gonna not wanna do any decals, and some of you, and I had a paper towel to dry up a little bit. So these are the tools I used to apply the decals. Obviously, considerable amount of time spent on that. What did you say, about 20 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
It wasn't hard. And then I did a couple on the edges here on these little crash guards. And these ones don't always stay very well because this plastic, in my opinion, sometimes the decals just don't adhere as good as I'd like. So anyway, really happy. I actually love the way it looks. I ended up peeling off my protective coating on that mirror. So both mirrors are quite reflective now. They look like real mirrors.
Yeah.
And I just love the way this looks. Honestly, I love the fact that it's all painted from the underside too. So if you get scratches on the outside, it's gonna be a lot better. And yes, you can take this apart from the underside if you want. You can take the frame off, so it's pretty cool. And we usually don't get into the nitty gritty on decals. We've only done it like once or twice. It always takes forever. I enjoy doing it. I just don't like doing it on camera because camera makes things different. So, all right, so we have forward, we have backward. It is kind of hard to tell on this, but you can tell if you work with cars and trucks because there's an engine up here. And not to say that we haven't had engines in the back of vehicles before. So we're gonna use the world's crappiest AA's. These are not included. This is included, this is included, that's included, the decals are included, and the spare parts are included. And basically that's it. So in our case, the battery was supposed to have a Dean's connector, but I ended up doing an adapter, and I'll show you that here in a second. But let's go ahead and pop in these AA's. Obviously, if you guys are buying a car or truck of this echelon, you know how to put in AA's, I would assume. But if you don't, flat goes to the spring. Okay, and then, like I said, you can use, you know, like a rechargeable battery and just plug it in if you want that way as well. It just depends on what you've got lying around and what's gonna work for you. Okay, so slide that back. Now, as with other radio controlled devices we've had in the past, it's usually, in my opinion, it's usually a good idea if you're in any doubt to start the transmitter first. You don't want this thing trying to take off on you, pun intended. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave that on. It's kind of like singing some songs. Our charger is still going. It's been going hard the whole time. I'm gonna unplug this and show you on the XBC battery checker. Just line that up, plug it in. 97%, good enough for what we're doing. Obviously, we're gonna have a full charge for our maiden run, but it's dark.
A little bit dark.
So, you know, it's been busy at work, just getting back from vacation, and so now I'm having to play catch up. So it's been long days and it's dark earlier, but thank God the winter solstice has passed in 2023, the new year of our current year. This thing is just making all sorts of annoying noises, so I'm gonna just shut it off.
Or something?
I don't know, but I don't want to listen to it, so I'm gonna shut it back off. I didn't think it would take that long. So this hard pack battery, if you guys are used to watching our channel, you're not used to seeing hard packs, you're used to seeing soft packs. So the difference is just literally a plastic shell that's gonna help give this some more strength in case you go over a ramp or something like that. So I'll just break out, this is a 3200 3S smart pack, but just for comparison, it's a soft pack. So you can kind of see it's wrapped in this plastic here, and basically it's just, you could argue that it's soft. Well, it's not really soft, it's just that there's less protection that's hard. This is a hard pack. So you can get hard packs in smart as well. And you know, my opinion is that I've had really good luck with the smart packs, but this is the product that we're gonna use today. And that way, if you decide you want to buy everything from the same stop, you can do that. So obviously check out the links in the video description below. Now, the other thing too is you'll note that this has a Dean's connector. We don't do a lot of Dean's connectors on this channel, but you can easily remove these. All you would have to do is literally take some scissors or side cutters or whatever and just clip these, or you could just heat this, pull the heat shrink back, heat the solder and remove that. You can put whatever end you want on there. But in our case, this came with, I believe this is called the Hextronics 4.5 millimeter. Fortunately for you, I have every adapter known to the RC world. And so these, you can see it's like a bullet connector, yeah, male and female, with opposing sized sheaths, okay? So they interlock. And then that goes to what I've built as an XT60. And the XT60 goes out to a Dean's, okay? Kind of ridiculous to have that many adapters in my opinion, but I'll take it because this car looks amazing. Okay, now let's talk about the size of the battery here. This battery is probably going to be about a perfect fit, as you can see. Okay, so that's great. Now, back when I was driving a lot, I would try to strap the battery. I would not strap it right here. If you're gonna strap it, I would strap it at the front. Okay, that's so that you don't damage this tight spot here. And then also, as with other airplanes that we have voltage alarms that can help keep us accountable for not over discharging the pack. Now, this is a lithium polymer, so you want to make sure you don't over discharge the pack. And if you don't know what I'm saying, that just basically means you don't want the battery to get lower than maybe 3.3 volts or so. And yes, We almost always do it on this channel because we want you to know about how long the run times or flight times are going to be. But run times on cars are just so much longer, unless you're dealing with really fast cars. Okay, so this is not going to be an exceptionally fast car. It's not going to be an exceptionally slow car either. But that's just, you know, it's like crawler smasher, right? Okay, so you see this little linkage here. That's going to be for your high-low gear selector. So I'm actually not gonna, I'm not sure. I don't want to interfere with it, so make sure that gets tucked down. And same thing here. Should be pretty easy to load and unload that battery. But I was mentioning this earlier for a reason, because I like to control where my battery ends up. And so this is gonna be well protected, but what I can do is I can actually hold that down. Now you're gonna lose a little bit of bite force if you do it this way. The other option is you can go underneath the whole Velcro strip, and that might be a little bit more secured. But if you can hold up the truck or car from the strap, you're good. Also, if you really wanna make this not slide, you can do some shelf liner on the bottom there, and it will stick between the hard pack and the top. Now this is a voltage alarm, so if you aren't familiar with these things plug in. There's a minus sign over here. It's actually labeled underneath. It's just on the wrong side. You just plug that in so that it lines up and it'll give you an alarm at your desired level. In my case, I would be pressing this button that I have broken off. So kind of a disposable thing, pseudo disposable thing. In fact, on this one, just so I don't lose my voltage alarm, I'm gonna do kind of a similar circumstance as I did on the other side. And so what that's gonna do is just basically buy us a little bit less vulnerability to losing our alarm. Now, why do we care if it over discharges? If you over discharge a LiPo, they become chemically unstable, so they're more likely to catch fire. They're more likely to puff, and a hard pack can puff. It's just that they don't as easy because they are physically stronger on the outside. That doesn't mean the inside isn't puffing like crazy. So just be aware of that. Obviously, LiPos are one risk that you take when you do RC stuff. And it's the same is true with a laptop or an expensive camera or some cell phone. You know, we had, for a while there were some cell phones that were catching on fire and stuff. So you'll note that I just undid that. That's because we're not taking this outside right now. And I'm feeling like with all my adapters, I don't have enough mobility there. So I may have to rethink my exact position, but you do not want this to get into one of these spots and get cut. So I'm gonna just see if I can go this way and have good results. So you don't wanna yank on the place where it goes into the electronic speed control, the ESC. That would not be good. You could potentially shorten the life of the equipment if you do that. But gee, I'm just thinking, I feel like it's vulnerable if I don't control that a little better.
When? Oh,
Cats.
she got out.
So.
When you put the top on, is that gonna give you a little bit of?
I don't know. Retention?
Yeah.
Let's try. Now, remember earlier it was beeping and driving me nuts. So I turn it on. We're just gonna wait. And I'm just gonna move this just in case it decides to shoot off at our dining room table. I don't think it will. Should be fine. Okay. Now, since it's not automatically working, oh, there is a power button on here. So I'm gonna turn this back on. I'm gonna flip the switch. Stop beeping. Oh yeah, that is a really good amount of throw. And then I am not going, why does it keep beeping at me though?
I don't know.
Don't really understand that. That's quite annoying. You hear it?
Yes, I do.
Why is it beeping at me? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, so for the moment, I'm gonna put this back on. So all you have to do is catch this little tab here. You can see it's like a folded piece of plastic here. Drop it on the back. Let it rotate down. Make sure you actually catch and then don't have anything caught here. Mine was caught just a little teeny bit. I'm gonna drop this all the way down. And then I'm gonna flip this tab on either side. And we're already set. That is sweet. Okay, now, I have to be a little bit careful here because I should probably see if it goes forward or backward. Forward, backward, nothing crazy. Channel 3, now it's in fast and slow. Okay, that's pretty amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna press that. There is a light that stays on to indicate what mode you're on. So if it's dark, it's slower. If it's lit, it's faster. I'm gonna go reverse first. Okay, whoa. Very tight turning radius, goodness gracious. Definitely in like crawler mode here, as you can tell. That thing is just chirping along in that 4-wheel drive configuration. I want to give it full throttle for just a second, but I'm going to back up here and we're just going to go full speed and see what happens if it jumps off the ground. I don't think it will, but we'll see right now. Ready, go. So it's got pretty good amount of jumpiness, a lot of power, but now I'm going to put it in fast and we're going to back up to the edge. Very good proportional controls. As you can see, I'm in fast and I can easily control the speed. Wow, that's got some juice to it. Okay, so let's drop it on the counter or on the floor and see how it does. Oh, I love that. Okay, now let's try to knock over this chair. Yeah, it's powerful because, yep, oh no. Can I tip myself back over? Probably not. I don't want to leave rubber on our floor though, because this thing is legit big and strong. That is awesome. Did you hear it rubbing? Yeah. So let's just push that out of the way. Now this is our true maiden run, but we're gonna be outside doing a maiden. And as you can see, this thing just looks fantastic. It definitely does everything that I'm expecting of it. I hope it's fast enough for my taste. I honestly don't know what to think. I'm kind of, sort of at this point, maybe possibly a little bit regretting putting so many decals on. But the thing that's cool about this is I could totally leave the decals or take them off and it won't hurt anything. That thing looks amazing. You wanna come up here so you can get some closer shots? So sure. Definitely excited to get this thing out, excited to rock and roll it for the camera and see if we can get some fun stuff done with it. I love the way it looks. It's just amazing looking. And definitely it feels like it's gonna be a powerhouse out there. I mean, we're gonna be tons of ground clearance. 1/10 scale is about as large as we've done. And I think this thing is just gonna scale everything we can throw at it. Now, the other thing is we've got snow right now to play with, so that's kind of cool. And then maybe what we can do is once it warms up, maybe we'll have another video. Very tight turning radius. Look how tight this is. That is just amazing. I want to try to drop a wheel off and see what happens, just to show you how it works. I'm going to go to the slow speed here. Very good transition in the gears. Look how slow you can go. Yep, it fell in. You think I can get out? I wonder if I could. Okay, maybe I should not damage our sink. This is a heavy vehicle. It is. So I'm gonna regret maybe doing that. Nope, no damage, it's fine. Okay. But yeah, I am super excited to see this thing. Obviously, when you see a car and you see its top speed and you see what it can really do, it's pretty amazing stuff. So obviously we are loving it. We might pause and just see if we can stop the beeping and we'll come right back and talk about that for a minute. Okay, so it stopped beeping and I'll tell you what I did. I shut it off and turned it back on while leaving the car on. So I think that was the only conflict. So it must have been something about maybe not initializing and finding the car right away, but now it's not beeping at all, which is pretty good because that was super annoying. So love this thing, cannot wait to see it in all its true colors because I feel like right now it's just being emasculated in this room because we don't have the space to really show a 1/10 scale. I mean, we could do some fun things with it, but I think really we'll just be undermining how awesome it really is. So hopefully you guys have already seen how awesome it is, and hopefully you loved it as much as we did. And so you guys can check out the links in the video description below and help support these companies we work with. Redcon, we'll have links for you. You will be supporting our channel financially if you buy these things just like any other product. If you don't like this product, we never want to strong arm anybody into a product they're not into. Obviously, if you don't like this, don't buy it. But the thing is, what's there not to like? It looks amazing. I can tell you one thing that there's not to like, and that is it's expensive. So the thing is, if you're looking for a high quality RC, you're looking at it right here. But once you get into the 1/10 scale, you start getting into the size and speed class. This may actually be in the middle of the road for price. So just remember, guys, everything is expensive in RC right now, and hopefully we'll see a little bit of an improvement in the upcoming months as shipping rates have started to plummet, which is great from China. So in this case, I think this one is gonna be a winner, and I hope you guys loved it. And I hope you like the way that we go through the long format and don't pull any punches. We show you broken stuff. We show you me screwing up decals. But at the end of the day, we want to give you the full truth and nothing but the truth. So help us God. Because at the end of the day, we want you to have the very best RC experience. And if this isn't for you, it's not for you. But we think it is. And we think you'll love it. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Come back to Brian Phillips RC. We have so much more. I mean, literally, we've been on the phone and on email and text messages just like crazy
Constantly.
for like the last week, trying to line up all the next stuff that's coming. It's literally going to fill up our office. It's going to be nuts. So we have so much product coming, which is great because that means more good content for you here. And then if you guys are thinking about something, believe me, we're thinking about it too. We don't talk about stuff before it happens because like this is an early release, so we can't talk about it. And we do protect the affiliates we work with in that regard. But at the end of the day, we aren't ever going to protect an affiliate if they sell us junk. So we think you're going to love it. Check it out. And if you guys want to learn anything more about Brian Phillips RC, we have literally thousands of videos to help showcase this and other amazing products just like it. Lots of ground vehicles, in fact, but even more aircraft. And so if you're into that sort of thing, you can go to brianphillipsrc.com. That's our domain. It's going to basically point you mostly back at YouTube anyway. But if you're having trouble finding a product, ask us in the comments. We'll do our best to respond. We've been having a hard time keeping up though, full disclosure. So if you can help yourself, that's the best way. Go to the playlists. This will have its own playlist, just like every other car we've ever done, just like every other plane we've ever done. If we have a version 1, version 2, version 3, this sort of thing, it will be indicated there on the playlist in order of manufacturers and things like that. But we have done literally thousands of videos. So we know sometimes it's hard to know, hey, have you done this? Have you done that? Why haven't you done this? What are your thoughts on this? That sort of stuff. We can help you with those things. And definitely a special thanks to our Patreons who are helping to support us monthly. We really appreciate you guys. If you want to be one, link is right below this. We'll link to obviously the truck, the battery we used. This thing comes with the truck. We're not going to link to the AA's. They're the world's crappiest AA's, just so you know. And we will not link to anything beyond just the charger battery truck in this case, because it's not a ready to run per se. It's almost ready to run because you do need to provide your own batteries in here, not unlike most of the trucks and cars we do, but then you do have to provide your driving battery. And so that is important for you to keep in mind if you're doing cost competitive, you know, if you're comparing this to another model. But in this size class, in the 1/10, it's unusual to actually come with a battery. We've never reviewed a 1/10 that came with the battery. You usually have to buy them. And to be honest, we have better batteries than usually would come in a ready to run anyway. So you're probably gonna want a premium battery. And so spend a couple bucks extra. And when I say a couple bucks, like 20 bucks extra, get a better quality battery, you'll be happy. So this thing should be good for you. Now also, we know some of you guys are gonna have comments, questions about this, especially being that it's a new release. We'll do our very best to get some answers. If we don't know the answers, we'll get them for you as best we can. Leave them in the comments below. And we also have PayPal available. If you're not into this product, maybe you're, you know, you're in a lull between cars, trucks, RC equipment. So your wife told you she would leave you if you bought another one this month. We understand that happens. We got PayPal there if you want to support us in that way. Or if you're overseas and you don't want to pay, you know, extra shipping or something like that, we get it. Just do your best. We love that you guys are here with us. World's best audience in YouTube history here on Brian Phillips RC. Definitely smash the like button. Click the bell for notifications. Subscribe if you haven't. We got so much new amazing content and we cannot wait to share it with you. So thanks for being a part of this experiment here on YouTube. Come back for more.